Alright. Hello? Is that one recording? Down there? Okay. Should you speak in the mic just to see if it's...
Testing 1, 2.
Alright, it's picking it up. We're good. Alright. Here we are. Welcome everybody. Today I'm joined alongside Big Bro, aka Doms, aka Mr. Hot Soup.
Oh yeah.
In the motherfucking bowl.
Oh, absolutely.
AKA the one and only Domo Genesis.
We should put some like clapping and laughing tracks.
Don't worry about it. First of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to San Francisco.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sitting down.
Come on.
And having a conversation.
I told you I was going to do it.
I know, and you did it.
We got some miscommunications there.
It's okay. No, I'm sorry.
But in the end,
it worked out.
What I said was going to happen was going to happen.
It happened.
We're here.
I can't complain. Well, first of all, that set was amazing down there.
Thank you.
Why? Let's start off like this. Why now? Why are you touring now?
Absolutely great question.
All right.
I'm very transparent. I don't hide it from nothing. I don't pull no punches or anything like that, because the journey is the journey. We go through it for a reason, and you learn from those reasons, and it's your story at the end of the day. So you continue to write it the way that you want it, and you go through things, and as you go through them, you assess them, and you fucking move forward, right?
Yeah.
So I tried this years ago, and I always been, well, not always, but for the last couple years, I've been saying I found a new lease on this life, on this career that I'm in. I combine them all. I don't separate them. This is my life,
Yeah.
So I would say I found a new lease on this life. I just went into the world. I fell off the face of the earth for a bit. I purged my Instagram. I took it all off my phone. No Twitter, no nothing. I just was like, can I deal and sit with myself for a year because I was hitting the wall.
Yeah.
With everything, not just music, but just in life in general. I was not getting the kicks that I was once getting. And I was starting to question, like, how do I move forward and what is perfect for me next,
Yeah.
So I read this limerick back in the day where it says, when you don't know what to do, you just stop. Be still and let things happen. And where you need to be will reveal itself. So I just took a lot of time to be still. And I would say I tried this a long time ago. It didn't quite go the way that I wanted it to, and I was hurt by it. And a lot of the pain that I got from music, from not getting the results that I wanted at the time that I got them, or the time that I wanted them, or not getting the things to fulfill themselves in the way that I wanted them, I realized that it put me into a place of like self-doubt, of like fear of certain things. And like I said, I'm not afraid to say it. Like, a lot of things held me back mentally myself, right?
Yeah.
So I had to just get into it where I was exploring my mind and to see what's the base of this, what's the root of this, why do you feel this way, what caused you to do this. And it's always, I think we all get back to the answer that it's us. It's me that's doing this to myself. I just worked on myself, man. I worked at it. I worked at my mind. I worked at how I process things, at how I go through them. And like I said on stage, you got to just be water, man. You got to be water. Like, when shit wants you to be a stone, and shit wants you to, the world wants to just, callous you. But you have to take that callous and continue to still be water, be fluid in these situations. And I learned that you just hit a point, and for lack of better words, it's a fuck it point. And it's like I hit that point, man, and I just was like, I'm tired of not getting the results that I want. I'm tired of not doing the things that I want, or And then I started to realize the results that I wanted were not for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I wasn't getting them. And when I started to focus on me and just be self-centric and care about myself and do the things for myself that needed to be done, I realized that there is no better story to be written than the one that is for you. And now I'm holding the pen for it now, and this is why now, because I'm finally at a realization in time, in a space, in a mentality where I understand that this is where the fuck I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do now. And this time when it came around, I didn't feel that trepidation. I was like, I'm just ready to do this.
What was the moment where it clicked for you that now's the time?
I went to Hawaii maybe 3 years ago, That's one of my favorite places on earth. Not just from like a lot of people be like, oh yeah, it's vacation, it's beautiful, but no, there's like a spirituality out there. They call it mana, I think. There, I don't want to misquote, but you can feel it in the air, man. And I went there and I just told myself like, do nothing, like empty out. This is around the time where I was off of the internet for face of earth, I like to say, but
yeah.
the internet isn't everything. But I like to say I was off the face of earth. But during that time, I went there and I just poured my head out, and I was just open with myself, and I just was forgiving myself, and then like pleading with myself not to be who I was, and just cleansing everything that I was holding on to. Like, and I realized how insignificant things were, and it just started to click. I remember coming back from that trip, and I just had so many words to say. I had so many things to. I just had a new inspiration, man. Like, and it's something about being there and something about where I was in life. They just intersected at the right time. It was just perfect. Like,
when you got back from Hawaii, what music did you start working on? Anything that's out right now?
Yeah, that was around when me and Ev started to kick it and started to do the preliminary. Because me and Ev did the intros, outros, and interludes.
Yeah.
But there was a preliminary project before that, like that we never got to build all the way out. And it was definitely some songs that we're planning on doing something with. But at that time, I was inspired, so I just went back over there and we started to begin to do what became intros.
Yeah,
that was around that time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, on working with Ev, you've also worked with a number, or you've dropped at least a number of like albums working with the solo producer. You just came out with a fantastic tape with Graymatter.
Yeah.
Obviously, Alchemist, No Idols.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite album.
Thank you
it's
so
a fucking
much.
wonderful album.
Thank you so much.
But what's like the different, not process, yeah, like what's different between working with Al, working with Evidence, working with Graymatter?
I think it's not like, so the best thing about it is that there's so much similarity in between those guys, and how they work and how their mind and how their ear hears it. And I think just the when I worked with Al, it was different because the pressure was on me. Like it was such an early point in my career where I was learning like how to be an artist and stuff like that. And I was just trying to maneuver around the situation and figure out what I was doing. And it was like cool in that sense because it was brand new and my eyes were still bright and wide. Yeah. In the sake of this, well, when I worked with Ev, Ev is really a great person, man. Like he'll ground you, he'll tell you exactly what you're doing wrong and how you can fix it, and how you can balance out the shit that's unbalanced. Like he's very harsh in the truth and reality, like in a good way. Like he'll show you not to run from things. And throughout that whole process, I swear I feel like Ev helped me be a better person, not just a rapper. Like he was just pushing me, and I feel like I needed to push at that time,
Yeah.
And then with Gray, is like me and him are just on the same wavelength. Like I met him, and the first couple songs we did was we're just connected in a way that we're just online together. It's weird. You meet people like that sometimes where you're just in the same mental space, and we're like that. Haven't known each other very long, but I feel like I've known him my whole life.
Yeah. Well, you also have Fly Anakin.
That's my guy.
Yeah, I know. Kicking off every show. Fantastic set, by the way. That set was
Hell
amazing. Hearing Skinamax. Love that album.
Come
Hearing
on.
that live. That was wonderful.
And that vinyl is stupid.
I know. I got it. It
Yeah,
sounds right
shit
there.
is stupid.
Get it on the camera.
That shit's stupid.
Come on. That was wonderful. But when did you become aware of Mutant Academy and what they had going on?
That's a good question, too. I found about it weird, like separately. Like I met Gray, and I met him through, like, he put out a Jadakiss, like, he took some verses that Jadakiss did, and he redid the beats and I thought the beats were crazy on that. And I, like, DM'd him and was like, yo, I gotta work with you on some shit. This shit is crazy, right? And then, like, I met Anakin separately, and then one day they were in the same room and they knew each other. I'm like, wait, hold up.
Oh, really?
And then I found out that Mutant Academy was a thing. So I met them separately before I knew about Mutant Academy. Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's fantastic. Okay, so back to the Al album. Why 2023? Why'd you guys decide to re-release it then?
I think, first of all, I think just because of the demand online was insane.
Yeah.
That was like the first indicator that we needed to do it. It was just, I think it just got so loud that it was you couldn't ignore it anymore. But also, I just think that enough time had accumulated between it, like so much. It was such a dose of nostalgia for a lot of people. A lot of people grew up to that,
Yeah.
And a lot of people,
You're talking to me. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people like tell me all the time, like this is something that kind of changed my ear at the time. I wasn't looking for things like this. So I just felt like with the current scene of what underground was doing and us being so ahead of the wave on like the producer rapper thing that kind of developed into what's going on right now, I was like, it's the perfect timing to reintroduce this, especially for a generation of people that the kids are getting younger and younger that want to hear this kind of stuff. So it's impressive, and I'm like, it's a perfect time for them to see, you know, a little bit of where all this shit came from.
Yeah, well, as of coming from a fan's perspective, when I re-listened to the album when it came out again after, I mean, it's been a while since I visited it, it felt almost new again. It didn't feel like I was listening to an album that I used to obsess over. It felt like, oh, this is something new. I don't know. It felt like it had life again. It was.
And I got a lot of people who like hit me up and was like, "Yo, did you hear that new Doms or that new Doms going crazy?" And they was like, "Oh," and I told them it wasn't. It was like, it feels fresh. It's good. It's good to say because I feel like when you capture time and you capture space and like that, and it's such a good feeling. It just lives like that.
Yeah.
Know? It just gives you that feeling every time. I got so much music that's like that for me growing up, and I'm happy to be somebody that people feel that way about, you know?
Yeah, that was wonderful. I saw you performed a good amount of that album. I was at the Doris 10 Years show.
Hell yeah.
And that set was phenomenal. That set was amazing. Watching, I don't know, just hearing it all. And then fast forward a month or so later, I saw you at Flognaw. Another fantastic set.
Thank you.
But one part that really stuck out to me was at the beginning of your set, you spoke about how it was your brother's first time seeing you live. That how did that resonate with him?
My brother has autism. That's my road dog for my whole life, you know. Like that's my boy. Like my mom always tells this story when I was getting ready to run away when I was a kid, and I was like, I'm gonna run away, but I'm taking my brother with me too.
Yeah.
Like I'm always that's my guy. Like. And so the thing that always scared us away from even like giving him a chance to do it is because he has like a lot of people with autism have like the hearing sensitivities, where like the loud noises they can't do. So we were always afraid that he wouldn't enjoy it, and we were just like, this time it's been too many and it's been a break in it. Like, let's bring him out to see it. So we had brought him out just to wonder, gave him like the earmuff type of headphones to quiet down the sound. He took them off.
Really?
Yeah, he wanted to hear it. Like, he wanted to go in and hear it. And then he was there last night. So.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, he came through last night.
That's awesome.
There's video of him going crazy. So.
That's awesome. Oh.
What you roll up?
On the camera.
I'm a smoke. Yeah, I'm a smoke. Yeah, come on.
Fly Anakin, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mutant Academy, worldwide.
Oh no, it's the one with the You just oh shit. He sent me a He sent me a
Alright. This is Domo Genesis' last interview.
And after that he died.
Yeah. He's never coming back.
Hey, he gotta take this away from me. This is dangerous. Hold this.
Fly Anakin said on stage. Fly said on stage that San Francisco weed is the best weed. Care to elaborate on that?
I'm not mad at it.
Oh.
The only thing I get mad at is when people in Denver try to say they got the best weed in Colorado.
Get out of
like,
here.
Stop that.
Get out of
It's
here.
not true.
Just because it was legalized first doesn't mean anything.
I'm down with California. Like, yeah.
Come on.
Anywhere in California, I'm down with it.
On top.
Yeah.
Women, weed, and weather. It's the triple W.
Come on.
Come on. It's the best time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sure. I really appreciate you coming through. This was
For sure, brother.
It's been wonderful.
Hey, 8 years, right? You got that flick from 8 years ago.
Yeah, of course I do.
And we here right now, 8 years later.
8 years later. Let's show the camera. Where'd it go?
Look, 8 years fucking
years
later,
ago.
man.
8
Yes,
years
sir.
ago. I was shaking
Yes,
taking
sir.
this picture. I was shaking. I remember it was at the golf fashion show. I saw you, and I was like, Dobbs. And then you looked, and I was like, can I get a picture, please?
And look, 8 years later, we're right here.
course,
So that's why I had to do the interview. I told you I was going to get it done.
Thank you. Well, I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any a message for the youth? A message for people starting out?
Hey, just stay. The journey is the journey, man. Do not quit on it. Don't let it break you. Don't let it shake you. You got to keep doing your shit, man. Don't let this shit cut you down. All right, you got the pen. Keep writing it the way you want to see it.
All right. The one and only Doms. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Cheers. Of course. Thank you. Short and sweet. That was wonderful. I'm so happy.
I'm just happy to be a part of the pot. I'm happy to be a part of the pot.
Alrighty.
I'm happy to be in the crowd. It's deeper than rap, baby. I'm sure.